for tuning in. After I went AWOL for a while, I will probably... I can't promise you that I will explain it in a vlog because I have no idea if I'm going to do this. For those who don't know me yet, hi, my name is Hedge. I have a thrifting problem and this is my thrift haul for the last few months. So I haven't put anything into a specific order. So why not just start with the stuff I'm wearing, because this stretch velvet t-shirt is one of the things. I usually don't like stretch velvet. That is partially because I'm from the LARPing community in Germany, where stretch velvet is very much frowned upon. As of the revival of the late 90s, early 2000s trends, it was apparently wearable again, which means I also have a few stretch velvet things. But my main problem actually is that I don't like to wear it on my skin because most of the time it's polyester, and I don't really like that on my skin because it makes me feel itchy and no. But this is mostly natural fiber, which is really nice, and I also really like the color. So yeah, stretch velvet, very reminiscent of my late childhood and tween year. Matching that, I found something. It's a mood ring. This is so much the late 90s or the mid 90s even, and it tends to vary between the color of this t-shirt, which is really nice, and kind of the color of this pendant, which also was thrifted lately, kind of. It's this piece of preserved seafloor. You can see the slightly greenish yellowish color of the North Sea, and sometimes it actually has rainbow reflexes, and it has a few closed in shells. Someone probably once traded this in for talent, or traded a talent in for this at the Goblin Market, and then some unwitting descendant donated it. But yeah, it coming from the seafloor, it means it helps a lot with my mermaid legs. Yeah, which actually complain a lot if they're out of the water for too long. Thank you, legs. But this helps. So apparently we're continuing with tops and t-shirts, and I have this little number, also blue. I have no idea why I'm suddenly buying blue things again. I have been on some sort of feud with blue for the past few years because I had a very blue phase as a teenager, and blue actually most of the time doesn't suit me, but some blues apparently do. And I really like this because it's kind of cute, and I really like this lace inlay. It's a really nice basic, but it's still not that underdressed or something. It also goes very well under my overalls. 3 scarves with beautiful textures. I'm very much a texture person and not that saturated colors, and so this is a very loosely woven texture, as is the other one, which is a very much rose madder color, and it's just, those are colors that I really like because they remind me of old rose breeds and species, breeds, I don't know, actually, varieties, rose varieties, and I really like them. I consider making something from them, either a top or a drapey vest or something like that. If you want to see something like it, please leave a comment. The other one that actually has all of the colors in it is silk. It's a silk scarf, and it was very cheap, so I'm not complaining, and I actually bought it because of that. It has some holes in it, and I like that. I like things that show ribs and signs of age, and it has this wonderful, slightly crinkly sound to it. when you touch it. I finally found a new tanker stein, whatever you call this. It's a clay mark, it's a glazed clay mark, which is, you can't really see it actually, I think. Yeah, maybe you can. It's actually a tiny bit crooked, which I really like because it makes it look more handmade, which is fantastic for LARP, because that's what we do, at least in fantasy LARP. We have handmade stuff, and it holds a lot of beverage of my choice, which would be cider or water most of the time, and in the mornings tea. And my other LARP mugs are far shorter than this, and not far shorter, but I think this size, so normal coffee mug size. And I really like this one because I needed a bigger one, especially for my new character, which will get a thrift haul of her own at some point. At least I'll try. Oh. These things are color coordinated, kind of, not on purpose. So I picked this thing up. It's an oven mitt, but that's not all, and I won't even use it as an oven mitt because it's a very thin one, and that doesn't help that much. I mostly use towels anyway, anyway, won't use this as an oven mitt, but yeah, I took it for the motive, because it's strawberry shortcake. I haven't really been into things like that because they weren't as big of a thing in Germany, at least not with kids who basically didn't watch TV. But I think it's so adorable, and it matches my whole Prairie 70s revival thing so well. Because, I mean, look at her little bonnet and her apron, pinafore thingy. It's so cute. I'm probably going to make this into a patch and sew it onto one of my working trousers or something, because I worked with produce and we just had strawberry season. It's still kind of on, but not that much longer. Anyway, I like it. The thing that matches this oven mitt in color would be this knitting spool. So I really like that the activity you do with these knitting spools is called tomboy knitting in English. Cord knitting, but tomboy knitting is really cute because I'm a fairly tomboyish person, and I can't really knit. I'm bad at normal knitting, really. I can do left and right, you know, the normal stitches, but that's basically it. And I really like these things as a kid. They're usually more like bowl-shaped, but I found one in mushroom shape. Staying with produce, I also picked up this one. It's a bit battered, and the paint is coming off, but actually things like that just make it more dear to me because I don't know, it's produce shaped. I like things that are shaped like food. Okay, as I said, my aesthetic craving for Prairie dresses and slightly kitschy stuff, and the Edwardian revival of the late 70s, early 80s, sometimes even early 90s is, yeah, that's a thing. And I found this dress and I thought it was perfect, and then it fit me. The thing with this dress is that the color isn't really flattering for me, so I'm probably going to dye it either with onion peels or with, you know, like red dye or Dylon or something like that. So whatever I can find. But I will take off the applications on the back, the obliques. I will take those off and replace them with something else. Probably I would like to do an embroidery. Probably not on the fabric itself, but then put it on like a patch in the front as well, because it's partially leather. You probably can't see that, or yeah, you can actually see the texture. So it's leather and it won't dye well. if you like to see that. If you like any of the projects I'm mentioning in my hauls that I want to do with stuff that I thrifted, please let me know, because that will actually encourage me to show you. Anyway, it is a great motivation for me if you tell me. So please tell me in the comments if you want to see how I dye and alter this dress, staying with dresses. I also got this number. It's very much a early 90s garden party thing. Something that probably my grandmother would have worn, or one of my aunts, without any sleeves, but with tiny square buttons that are really cute. And the best thing is, it has pockets. I'm probably also altering this a tiny little bit, as in putting a zipper in the front, because it fits around the waist but not around the chest. So that is one of those tiny things that annoy me a lot. By the way, I really like this pattern. I think it's cute. I think it's adorable. The colors are very lovely. Put it in here. So yeah, that is a thing I have with dresses. That is very inconvenient. But I will just alter it, and probably actually that one I will make a video about, because that is very sustainable, and I like sustainability. And I think it's important to show people ways to alter things so they can fit in there, or the things fit around them, to make the things fit around them. Don't worry, I won't keep you that much longer, but as I said, I really like kitsch, and I can't really resist kind of patchworky, beautiful, old-timey cushion covers. I actually need to get some cushions for my bed. Another tablecloth I got is this, but this is actually for a tutorial that I actually filmed it and then I lost the footage. I have no idea how that could happen. It was very inconvenient, so I had to find a new one, and this is it. Keep looking forward to it. I have no idea when I will actually get around to film it. But something that isn't from the 80s for once would be this picture frame. I really like thrifting picture frames. I really adore the color of this one, because you usually don't get these ornate ones in something else than either stark pink, black or white, or sometimes other neon colors, but rarely in that aged fashion. I tend to thrift picture frames when I find them, because I will need them at some point, and every time I actually go looking for one, I don't find one that I like, and they don't really take up much space, and most of the ones that I thrifted, I actually did something with. So my next treasure, that is actually a real treasure. Sometimes you find those a bit like this, but this isn't just a treasure, this is also a talisman. But sometimes you find those real treasures, and this time is this box. The thing is, the part where the lock used to be is broken. The latch is broken, and it's a bit, you know, wonky, and it doesn't close so well. And this, dear people, is why we put binding spells on boxes that we want things to stay in. Because apparently whatever was in there escaped. Don't do that, people. Put a binding spell around it. Anyway, now it is just a really pretty little treasure chest. And I think I will keep this on my desk to remind myself to be careful with things that should be kept in. So the second to last thing I'm going to show you is this lovely, also kind of fitting into my whole Prairie theme at the moment, southern gothic thing. This skirt, it's more like an underskirt for someone like me, because I don't really like wearing those light colors as my main piece, because I get them dirty. But this is a beautiful recipes to make dresses longer. Actually, the 2 dresses that I showed you were they're kind of both mid-calf, and so if I want to have them a bit longer and a bit more romantic and a bit more damsel in distress, rather than country bumpkin, get shit done, heroine, Catherine Crackernuts, this would be the thing that I wear under it, and it is so much morning dew maiden skipping through a meadow. I can't even, it's beautiful. So yeah, those were something. I try not to buy books anymore. I try not to buy old books anymore, just because they are pretty. I used to have a lot of old books that I had because they were pretty. And I kind of already have those, but yeah, well, they were €2 each, and I mean, come on. Apparently it's a compendium, of course, but these are volumes 1 and 4, as you might see. I haven't even checked which plays are in there yet, because I have the complete works of Shakespeare over there on my bookshelf. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the haul. I hope you'll tune in again and tell me which thing that I thrifted, which one of my treasures you like best. Tell me what you thrifted lately in the comments, because I really would like to know, because I love thrifting, and I actually, that's why I do hauls, because I kind of want to give something back to the thrift haul community on YouTube. Anyway, have a lovely time until then. Be nice to yourself, be nice to others. If not, I will haunt you. Also, like, subscribe, do all the stuff. And I guess I'll see you around. Bye. I really like that, because I'm a big fan of mushrooms in general. Don't take this the wrong way. So many people have taken this the wrong way. But yeah, I just want to rub my face in it, but I'm not going to do that right now. Hello, focus. You're not me. Thank you.